What's up, guys? It's Tony. Today we're in Boston, Massachusetts, and we are filming another famous find, a business that's been in business since 1950. 74 years serving up delicious lobster, and we're gonna go find out how they do it. You can see the scenery behind me, obviously, setting with fishing vessels, scallop vessels, gotta be fresh. So we got the Zanti family, have been in fishing business for many generations from the little fishing village of Augusta, Italy. Guiseppe Zanti Jr. ventured to America in 1898. He spent several decades fishing from Georges Bank to the Gulf of Alaska. Guiseppe Jr. In 1992, he ventured to America, started fishing for lobsters, crabs, and fish in Boston Harbor area throughout the 1920s and 1930s. By the end of World War II, he began to focus his operation exclusively on lobster fishing while the other fishermen were still seeking crab. Here we are, Yankee Lobster Company. Meeting Mike from Yankee Lobster, waiting on him to come. This is their wholesale operation, and then they have their storefront in the front here that they're serving the lobster rolls out of. So let's get in there and check it out. Come on.
You'll see over here was my grandfather, Frank Zanti. So yeah, and that's Frank. That's holding an 18-pound lobster. Frank Zanti, so my grandfather.
Got it.
A lot of times any bigger than that, fishermen will throw them back or send them somewhere.
Got it.
So like a kind of a picture you can see. These are all they're like big buoys that they used to use with submarines, but
really,
yeah. But this building is right where Legal Seafoods is now. That was the old building that was there before.
Wow.
Yeah, and back in the day, we just we still have people hand picking, but just ladies picking crab meat. There was a time where they used to send the crabs home with the ladies, and they'd pick them and then bring them eat.
What?
Yeah. So they're here early. They're here around 5 or 6. You can see she's picking meat. She's picking crab meat right now.
Oh wow!
So still doing it by hand. Yeah. So we sell the meat in the restaurant, and we also use it for our crab meat rolls.
Really?
Yep. They're just low on crabs, but we
Oh.
got them right in here. These tanks are full of them, but
Whoa!
But yeah. So these are the Jonah crabs. This is like I would say on the smaller end, but they get up to like 1.25 pounds.
Is there a season for them?
We get them all year round.
All year round, really?
Yeah, we'll get them from Canada. We'll get them from Maine, certain times a year.
Yeah, they're definitely not as aggressive as the blue ones. You definitely are not grabbing a blue crab like that.
No. No, but they do hurt if they bite you.
Yeah, I bet. It looks like it.
Yeah, so we do a lot of those. Obviously lobsters. Most of these tanks are lobsters.
Got it.
We have anywhere from 1 pounders to the larger jumbo lobsters, probably about a 7 pounder. We sell a lot of these to different markets for lobster rolls or different dishes just for the sheer volume.
How many rolls do you get out of a 7-pound lobster?
You only get a few rolls. I would say our lobster roll takes about like 2 1.5-pound lobsters. Yeah, I guess it's the same one. They're about this size, but certain times of year you can grab it. Thanks. We'll get up to 15 pounders. But yeah, we sell all over the country.
That's awesome.
All over the country. We sell to other suppliers, seafood suppliers. And then over here we have 2 large pools. So we have some of the larger pools that are down here, but everything comes in, they get crated over here, and then eventually they get sorted and brought over there. But they come in trucks.
Those
every
are all
morning.
lobsters as well?
Yep,
Wow.
all lobsters. Yeah, all these crates are filled with lobsters, sometimes crabs. But yeah, so they just come in like that. So those
how many pounds are you selling a day?
Easy, a few thousand pounds. It depends on the time of year. This time of year a little slower. Summer is definitely our bread and butter. Thousands and thousands of pounds. This facility can hold about 40,000 pounds of product if all the tanks and everything's full. But none of this stuff stays in here more than a week.
Got it.
So,
what % are actually getting made into lobster rolls, you think, versus getting eaten whole, like in the shell?
Well, if you talk about like our restaurant,
Yeah.
I would say our restaurant, it's like 70% are going into the rolls.
Into the rolls.
Yeah, we sell more rolls than anything else.
Got it.
Lobster rolls, either the traditional roll with the mayonnaise or the hot butter lobster roll, we sell by far the most of.
I'm asking because we have the crabs, obviously, but we sell a ton of crab cakes. It's like same thing. It's like very heavy on crab cakes. And I'm asking because obviously the picking of the crabs is a lot harder than picking of lobster, obviously, but it's also kind of like a dying trait that people like either are too lazy to do or don't want to mess with it kind of thing, or they just haven't learned how to do it if they're from out of town and they're kind of scared to like approach it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you see a similar thing happen here with the lobsters, with tourists coming in town or stuff like that, where they're kind of like scared to like grab it whole.
We do find people that are scared to do it. You know, every so often you get that customer that's like, can you please help me like pick it? We used to actually sell the crabs. We used to do a crab bucket, and that was always a challenge because people would try to like do the crabs, especially these crabs are more challenging just to like crack in the shells and everything.
Yeah.
Most of those people end up buying the crab meat roll. Let us do the heavy lifting on that.
That's cool.
But lobster rolls, I tell people the hot butter lobster roll is like eating a lobster dinner without all the work.
Right.
So,
of course.
But yeah, and for us, what's great is as far as the crabs, the wholesale sells only live crabs, but you know, any extra crabs, it just goes into our crab meat rolls, especially in the summertime. We can sell those all day long.
Really?
Yep. We also do a combo roll, which is crab meat roll and the lobster meat. We call it the cropster roll.
That sounds
delicious. So it's kind of half 50-50, which is really good.
That sounds good.
So we ship them all over the country.
Live.
We're
doing the same thing, just heavy on crab cakes and like the soups and the dip and stuff like that that I was showing you. So we're doing the same thing. So I know the challenges that you have obviously with, you know, who do you ship with? UPS, FedEx?
UPS, FedEx, or we'll go direct if people are willing to. We'll bring it to cargo.
Okay.
And have them pick it up at the airport.
That's cool.
So we're close enough to be able to do that. It's easy, drop off boxes. But yeah, shipping's always tough because everything goes next day air. Obviously, it's perishable. Crabs, particularly, tend to not survive trips very well. They're a little bit more sensitive than the lobsters, but it's always a challenge.
Yeah, the blue crabs, they're seasonal in Maryland because they hibernate in the wintertime. So we truck them up from Louisiana in the off season, but it's in a refrigerated reefer, so it helps it kind of stay. But you definitely get, you know, at least 5-10% dead loss by the time you're getting them.
Same thing with us with the Jonah crabs. The summertime, we always get more deads just because of the heat. Even in the reefer trucks, they're just not as hardy as the lobsters.
How far are they coming? Are they close by the fishermen that are catching them, the crabbers?
In the summertime, yes. In the wintertime, they're mostly coming. A lot of them are coming from Canada.
Got it.
So they get trucked in. We have this one guy would come from Nova Scotia, like once a week, comes down and drops stuff off. So a pretty small operation. We cook everything in here, all like the product. It all gets boiled in the morning and then chilled, and then ladies pick it. So
this is for the lobsters as well?
Lobsters, crabs. We find like boiling all day, you know, using the pot, you get all the nice like saltwater taste. And so, did you guys want to try a lobster roll?
Yeah.
Try a hot butter lobster roll?
Whatever you recommend. Yeah, whatever you recommend.
Rosa, can you make me a hot butter lobster roll? We put a lot of lobster meat in our rolls. You know, a lot of places will do 4 ounces, like different. We just do the one size, about 6 ounces. That's Whole Foods' whole thing. Yeah, it's a big guy.
Yankee Lobster Company just got behind the scenes with our buddy Mike. It's amazing to come and see these places and really check them out in person. So here goes. Now I know why it's famous. We also have a bonus. I didn't realize that they have these Jonah crabs up here. Hand-picked Jonah crab meat that we saw right in the back. Claw meat in there too. Said most of the lumps are coming out of the claw meat. So you got a bonus bite today of some Jonah crab. It's got a different flavor to it than the blue crab. That's good.